180 people on one the other day.
Wow.
How's the BZA addressed questions when they come up? Do you as act like as a moderator, or?
Yeah, so, well, the BZA, they have a specific schedule. So it's the staff report, so that's the high level, everything about the case. Then the property owner can speak if they want, and then there's a time for public input. So then using Zoom, there's a little thing, and so the attendees can do a little thing where it says raise their hand, and so then I just go in order and can select them. We can't see them, but we can hear them. So then they would get their 3 minutes and have their say, and then I can shut that part of it down, and just the BZA can speak then and make their decisions. So
Okay.
pretty good.
Just so you're aware, if I jerk in the middle of this, it's because I have a kitten biting my ankles.
An ankle biting
kitten, and he's trying to lose his baby teeth.
Oh man.
My daughter and her husband are getting a puppy, so we're going to be grand dog parents.
Oh, that's fun.
They're getting a miniature schnauzer.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Our dog our puppy, our Australian Shepherd just turned a year old on the 13th.
Ah.
Oh.
Evening, Denny.
Still a difficult age for a puppy.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep. Hi, Denny.
Something weird happened to me I think it was the other day. Somebody named Jim Brady called me.
No.
You know Jim Brady?
I have heard of Jim Brady.
Anyway, somebody in the office there gave him my number as to where his beautification ward is.
Oh, he did call into the office then.
Yeah. So I said, well, Jim, I retired from city council probably about at least 5 years ago. I said, well, just call Jessica and she'll iron it out.
Yep. He came in the other day, and there were a couple of different options, and he chose, I think, one of them. So
yeah, because they're choosing this year's winner. Well, they've just chose this year's winners within the past couple weeks, and so the rocks for this year's winners are being made right now.
Oh my God.
We actually have a good number of those 2019.
Do they actually say 2019 on them?
Yes, they do.
I don't know who. I can go back through the list from last year because, yeah, well, there was
maybe try to figure out who hasn't accepted and see if they.
Yeah, I could probably reach out to last year's winners and say who didn't get theirs
because Jim Brady was specifically on vacation, so that's why he couldn't take his.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, I'll try and. Monday I'll be in the office, so I'll.
Okay. Who puts our names underneath our thing?
You do?
I do.
Yeah. When you log in or you created your account.
I spelled my name wrong. It's 2 T's. Oh well.
I didn't do that.
I'll have to go somewhere in settings or something. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And figure that out. Brady's laughing.
With you.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It looks like you got a new camera.
I have my I'd never thought about this. I've got a laptop. So I told my wife, instead of me buying a camera from China for $9 and it looked crappy anyway, I said, oh, we've got a laptop. I never use it, but I dug it out. And it's a Lenovo ThinkPad.
Looks good.
Anyway, I don't know. I've had it for years, and Anyway, I hope the camera looks better.
It does.
Yeah,
Looks good.
because that crappy thing I was using looked terrible.
Uh,
Yeah, I guess you get what you pay for. $9 isn't much.
yeah.
And what time do you have?
I was just
Oh,
gonna
all
say, we
right.
have 6 o'clock if you want to start.
So 2 on my phone.
All right, so let's call to order the Bellbrook Planning Board meeting of August 20th, 2020. Have a roll call, please.
All right, Mr. Tuttle,
Here.
Mr. Stengel,
Here,
Mr. Harding,
Here?
Mr. Bennett,
Here,
Chairman Thompson.
Here. Looks like we have approval of prior minutes of June 18th, 2020. Any comments, questions, or a motion?
I would like to move that we approve the prior minutes of June 18th, 2020.
I'll second.
Who seconded?
Me.
Was that?
Tim.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tuttle. All right. Mr. Bennett made a motion to approve the minutes of the planning board meeting of June 18th, 2020. This was seconded by Mr. Tuttle. Mr. Bennett,
Yes,
Mr. Tuttle,
Yes.
Mr. Stengel,
yes,
Mr. Harding,
Yes.
Chairman Thompson.
Yes. So it looks like the only thing on the agenda today is old business zoning code update, Article 1820B revision.
Yeah. Sorry, Pam. So we updated just a couple of things. We updated the size description for wall signs. We added in window signs as a category, and we updated sandwich board signs, basically just stating that they would have to be taken in upon the business closing in the evenings. So I was wondering if you guys had any more comments or you had any other questions regarding 1820B.
I think it looks much better. I like it.
yeah, I read it this morning. It looks real good to me.
Yeah, all my issues were taken care of. I think it looks good.
and I concur.
Same here. Motion?
I would like to make a motion that we approve Article 18.20B revision.
I'll second that. Ed,
Thank you. All right, a motion was made by Mr. Bennett to approve the updated zoning code 18.20B and send this to council. So seconded by Mr. Stengel. Mr. Bennett,
Yes,
Mr. Stengel,
yes,
Mr. Tuttle,
Yes.
Mr. Harding,
Yes.
Chairman Thompson.
Yes. There is no new business. Moving into open discussion. Anybody have anything?
Tuesday night, was there a large gathering of people back in Bellbrook Plaza about 5:30? Did anybody else notice that?
I didn't notice it, but Melissa Jones advised me of it. Apparently there was a dance gathering or something like that. I think it happened 2 nights in a row. That should really be something I think that the health department specifically has to deal with. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how to manage that.
I
but
do know, I remember seeing it on the Facebook page for the Bellbrook Sugar Creek community page, whatever. There's that dance studio there, and it was their recital. So they did it outside so they could, the plan, the thought was spread people out and have them outside. So it was their recital that they had going on.
That's a pretty good idea.
It is a good idea.
Responsible.
Yeah, it's
It
probably
just was-
better for them to have it outside than
It was a little shocking to see so many people in one place, especially now with this pandemic and everything.
But yeah, that's what it was. I
how many
did see that.
people were there, Ed?
Okay,
How many people were there, you think?
I,
20, 30, 40?
Oh, there were more than that. I'd say there were 50 people there. There were people
Wow.
parked all over the street and back in the library and walking across the street to get there.
Hmm.
It was a pretty good sized crowd.
Well, hopefully everybody stays safe and they stay healthy.
So we are working with MBRPC to work on getting a electric charging station for electric vehicles funded for downtown. We're looking at maybe putting it at Winters Library. MVRPC will handle most of the application and everything. I just sent them the coordinates today to the charging station for the library. So hopefully that happens in the future. Hopefully we get approved for that. So if the money doesn't go to say like Greene County or Montgomery County, it gets sent off to like Cleveland and Columbus. So it's better for it to stay local than it is to, get sent off to Columbus and Cleveland. So.
Not having an electric vehicle, how does that work? So you put the electric charging station in. So I've got my Tesla, I want to charge it up. What do I do? Drop quarters in a hole or something? A credit card or something?
You would probably use a credit card. You would park and use a credit card, and for an extended period of time, it would be kind of like a gas pump, but you would be there for a little bit longer than say a gas pump, and then they could go shopping downtown or get food. It helps to bring people in downtown and bring them here and keep them here. So
Well, that's not a bad idea.
yeah.
That is actually a good idea, especially with a lot of car makers coming out with electric vehicles.
Yeah.
Next year, actually.
It's
A lot of new
partly-
models coming out.
I think it's funded by where Volkswagen had that diesel scandal thing that happened. I think it's funded by that. So hopefully we can see that happen. I
Yeah.
think it's really beneficial. So
I don't know this, but are all electric vehicles plugs the same?
no, they're not actually. There's not a standard, and that's something that really I think that should be standardized. There is a certain standard for some of them. I think Teslas are different. I'm not 100% certain. I don't have an electric vehicle, so, but I do know that they can get like connectors or dongles. And I think a lot of the charging station, like this specific charging station, would be able to charge all electric vehicles currently on the market.
Oh, that'd be good.
Finally, my question there is, maybe looking forward a couple of years and Bellbrook gets another electric charging station. Is the Winters Library where we want to put that, where the city wants to put that, or are they easily moved, or?
We could put it, well, the reason why we chose Winters Library, the library kind of spoke to us and said that they were okay with it. It needed to be specifically a public owned property. And we originally thought that if, like, for instance, if Winters Library doesn't work out, we may consider doing the municipal building just so we can have a dedicated space. But it could even be if a business owner wanted to have an electric charging station at their business, they could put one there. So there are a lot of like Targets that have Tesla superchargers. So.
Okay.
I'm just assuming that whoever provides the electricity gets the money.
Yeah, I would assume. So you would recoup some of the cost.
Yeah.
Well, it would be almost 100% funded, if not fully funded, and then you would recoup that electricity cost.
Right. I think that's a good idea.
Does anybody else have anything?
I was just gonna ask Jessica, what do we think we can have ready to go for next month's meeting?
Next month, we'll probably have the vacant property registration. That's almost completely done, so we'll definitely have that.
So I got one question for the council here, and one basic question or community question, I guess. First one is co-chair. Like, I'm not sure if do we have one?
Yes, it's Denny.
Denny, did you do that? Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It just came back to me as I was asking the question.
Amazing how that works.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find out how to spell my name right. Yeah, I'm your co-chair.
That's okay. The second one is the bridge outage over on, what is that, North Linda?
North Bellevue.
North Bellevue.
Bellevue, that's right. Is there a update status to that?
That probably, I think that's supposed to be taken care of by October 31st, right, Pam?
Yeah, it could be sooner though, because they actually started, was it last week? I think, because the city received the OPWC funding that we were hoping to get. And we already had, the bid from Sturm Construction had already been approved. So like we already had everything in the works. So as soon as the money became available, all the paperwork got signed, and they were going to be at least doing the starting part of it, which was, I think, bringing in all their equipment and the supplies and stuff that they needed to get on site. I think already started last week. So we will be having more updates, but since they're getting such a nice quick start, that could help with the timeline as long as the weather cooperates. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the only two questions I had. Do we have any other questions or a motion to adjourn?
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Ed will second that.
A motion was made by Mr. Bennett to adjourn the August 20th, 2020 meeting of the planning board. This was seconded by Mr. Stengel. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Short
Thanks.
and sweet. Thank you, everybody.
We like them.
Thanks.
Thank you. See you next time.
Next time.